There is one thing I discovered that changed everything. I will tell you what it is very soon, but first I want you to imagine something. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers and feeling completely at ease. I used to think that the most important part of a conversation was the words I spoke. I spent years practicing my lines and worrying about my vocabulary. But I was wrong. Completely wrong. This one thing changed how I walk into a room, and it might change your life too. Most people believe communication starts when you open your mouth, but it actually starts long before that. This is the paradox of silent charisma. We are going to look at how your body tells a story before you even say hello. Welcome to True Grit English Stories. I am so glad you are here with me today. Pull up a chair and let us get comfortable. We are going to explore how you can master the art of talking to anyone, while improving your English fluency along the way. I am your mentor and your friend on this journey to confidence. I want you to take a deep breath and just listen. Let the words wash over you. We are not just learning how to talk to anyone. We are learning how to be the kind of person everyone wants to talk to. I want you to think about the last time you saw someone smile the moment they saw you. It probably felt nice, but did it feel truly special? Probably not. Felt like a reflex, like a light switch being flipped. Now I want you to imagine someone who looks at you for just a heartbeat longer. They look at your face and they really see you. And then slowly a warm smile spreads across their face. It starts in their eyes and moves to their lips. This is the flooding smile. It is slow and it is genuine. When you use this technique, you are telling the other person that they are the reason for your joy. You are not just a person who smiles at everyone in the room. You are a person who is smiling specifically for them. This creates an instant bond of trust and warmth. It is a very simple shift, but the results are incredible. It makes people feel like they are truly special to you. And in a world that is often fast and cold, being special is a very rare and beautiful gift. Let us move on to the eyes. We call this technique sticky eyes. In many cultures, eye contact is the most important part of a connection. But many of us get nervous. We look away too fast. We look at the floor or we look at our phones. This can make us look like we are hiding something or like we are not confident in ourselves. Sticky eyes is about maintaining that connection even when the talking stops. When you finish a sentence, do not break your gaze immediately. Let your eyes stay glued to the other person for just an extra second or two. It shows that you are listening with your whole heart. It shows that you are brave enough to be present in the moment. If you are learning English, this is a secret superpower. It gives you time to think about your next sentence without looking like you are struggling. Your silence becomes powerful rather than awkward. You are becoming a person people want to know because you are a person who truly sees them. There is a more advanced version called epoxy eyes. This is perfect for when you are in a group of people. Most people only look at the person who is currently speaking. But if you want to connect with someone specific in that group, you should keep your eyes on them even when someone else is talking. Watch how they react to the speaker. If the speaker tells a joke, look at your target person to see if they laugh. This creates a secret connection. It is like a silent conversation between just the two of you. It says, I am interested in what you think about this. It makes them feel noticed in a busy room. It is a very effective way to build a bridge before you even exchange a single word. These small shifts in your body language create a mystery that draws people toward you. Now let us talk about how you move your body. We call this the big baby pivot. Think about how people treat a small baby. They do not just turn their head to look at the child. They turn their whole body. They lean in. They give the baby their full and total attention. When you meet someone new, I want you to give them that same respect. Do not just glance over your shoulder while your body is pointed toward the door. Pivot your entire body so you are facing them directly. This sends a loud and clear message. Says you are important and you have my full attention. This is a very warm and cozy way to make someone feel welcome. It removes the barriers between you. It shows that you are not looking for the next best thing in the room. You are happy right where you are. And finally, for this first part, want to give you a mental trick. It is called the hello old friend technique. This is my favorite one because it works instantly. Before you walk into a room or before you meet a new person, I want you to imagine that they are an old friend. Imagine they are someone you have known for years and someone you really like. This thought will change your entire physiology. Your face will soften. Your shoulders will drop. Your eyes will sparkle with genuine warmth. Because you are treating them like a friend, they will naturally respond to you like a friend. It breaks the ice before the ice even forms. It is a beautiful way to navigate the world with kindness and grace. You are no longer a stranger in a strange land. You are a friend coming home. I want you to take these ideas and let them rest in your mind. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to try. Communication is a skill like any other. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. You are doing a great job just by being here and listening. You are growing every single time you try something new. In our next part, we will talk about the words themselves and how to make small talk feel like a deep connection. But for now, just remember that your body is already speaking for you. Make sure it is saying something kind. Make sure it is saying something warm. I believe in you and I am so proud of the progress you are making. Take a deep breath and trust yourself. You have the tools now to speak to anyone with grace. Let us get ready for the next step in our journey together. I am so glad you are still here with me. We have already covered the silent language of the body. We talked about the flitting smile and those sticky eyes that show you are truly present. But now we must cross a bridge. This bridge is something many people fear or find boring. I am talking about small talk. I used to hate small talk too. I thought it was a waste of time. I wanted to talk about deep things like dreams and the meaning of life. But I realized that you cannot get to the deep water without first stepping into the shallow end. Small talk is the path we take to find a real connection. It is like a warm-up before a big race. It helps both people feel safe and comfortable. Most people treat small talk like a boring script they have to read. They ask the same tired questions. They ask where you are from or what you do for a living. These questions are okay, but they are not very exciting. They do not help you stand out. I want you to try a new role. I want you to become a detective of the soul. A detective does not just wait for information to fall into their lap. They look for clues. When you meet someone new, look at them closely. Notice what they are wearing. Maybe they have a unique pin on their jacket. Maybe they are carrying a book by an author you like. These are the clues to who they really are. Instead of asking what someone does for work, I want you to try a different phrase. Try asking how they spend most of their time. This is a subtle but powerful change. When you ask what someone does for a living, you are asking about their job. Some people love their jobs, but many people do not. When you ask how they spend their time, you are opening a door. You are giving them permission to talk about their hobbies or their family or their passions. They might tell you about the garden they are building or the music they are writing. This simple change makes the conversation feel much more natural and cozy. It shows that you are interested in them as a human being and not just as a worker. As you listen to their answer, I want you to look for the free money. In a conversation, free money is any extra information the other person gives you. If you ask someone where they are from and they say, "I am from a small town near the mountains," you just got free money. They did not just say the name of the town. They mentioned the mountains. Now you have a clue. You can ask if they like hiking or if they miss the fresh air. You are following the trail they are leaving for you. This makes the conversation flow like a gentle river. You do not have to struggle to find things to say. You just have to listen for the clues they are already giving you. If you are worried about your English fluency, this is a very helpful secret. You do not need a huge vocabulary to be a great conversationalist. You just need to be a great listener. When you focus on the other person, you stop worrying about your own mistakes. You stop worrying about your accent or your grammar. You are too busy being a detective. This shift in focus will actually make your English better. Your brain will relax and the words will come more easily. You are speaking from a place of curiosity rather than a place of fear. Another secret to building a fast bond is matching the mood. Think of it like music. If someone is playing a slow and beautiful song on a piano, you would not suddenly start screaming and jumping around. You would sit quietly and enjoy the melody. Conversations are the same way. If the person you are talking to is calm and reflective, you should speak softly. Use a slower pace. If they are excited and full of energy, you should bring a bit of that same energy to the conversation. This is not about being fake. It is about showing empathy. It shows that you are on the same page as them. It makes people feel like you truly understand their current state of mind. You are reflecting their soul back to them. I want you to imagine you are at a party. You see someone who looks a bit shy. Most people might ignore them, but you are a detective of the soul. You walk over and you use your flooding smile. You turn your whole body toward them. You notice they are wearing a watch with a very interesting face. You ask them about it. You find out it was a gift from their grandfather. Now you are not just talking about a watch. You are talking about family and history. You are building a bridge. You are making them feel seen and heard in a crowded room. This is the power of these simple techniques. You are changing the atmosphere of the room just by being kind and observant. When you are talking to someone, try to avoid one-word answers. If someone asks you how your day was, do not just say good. That is a dead end. It stops the conversation. Instead, give them some free money. You can say, "It was a very busy day, but I finally finished a book I was reading." Now they have something to ask you about. They can ask about the book. You are making it easy for them to talk to you. You are being a generous partner in the conversation. English is a tool for connection. It is not a test you have to pass. Every time you share a little bit of yourself, you are building a stronger bridge. I want you to take a moment and think about a person you find very easy to talk to. Why is that? It is likely because they make you feel comfortable. They probably listen more than they speak. They probably ask questions that show they are paying attention. You can be that person for others. You do not need to be the loudest person in the room. You do not need to be the funniest person. You just need to be the most present person. Presence is a rare gift in our busy world. When you give someone your full attention, you are giving them something very valuable. As we continue this journey, remember that it is okay to be nervous. Even the most confident people feel a little bit of fear sometimes. The secret is to use that energy to focus on the other person. Use your detective skills to find what makes them special. Use your English to ask simple but meaningful questions. You are doing so well. Every word you learn and every technique you try is a step forward. You are becoming a master of connection. In the next part, we will talk about how to navigate more professional settings and how to build a sense of belonging. But for now, I want you to practice being a detective in your daily life. Look for the clues. Listen for the free money. Notice the moods of the people around you. You will be amazed at how much people want to share when they feel someone is truly looking for the gold in their soul. You have a warm heart and a curious mind. That is all you really need to talk to anyone. Take another deep breath. You are growing more confident with every passing minute. I am so happy to be on this path with you. Let us take a short rest and then we will move forward to the next step of our adventure together. I believe in you and the wonderful person you are becoming. Just keep being you and keep being curious about the world around you. Your voice matters and your kindness is a light that can fill any room. Welcome back to our cozy corner of the world. I hope you have had a moment to breathe and reflect on what we have discussed so far. We have explored the silent language of the body and the art of being a detective in your daily conversations. You are doing a wonderful job of listening and learning. Now I want to take you on a slightly different path. We are going to look at how we build bridges in our professional lives. Many people feel a sense of fear when they hear the word networking. Can feel cold and corporate. Can feel like you are trying to sell something, but I want you to change your perspective. Networking is not about selling. It is about building a sense of belonging. It is about finding your tribe and being a supportive friend in a professional world. I want you to imagine you are walking into a meeting or a professional gathering. Instead of feeling like an outsider, I want you to use a powerful mental trick. Imagine you are already part of the inner circle. This simple shift in your mind changes how you stand and how you speak. When we feel like we belong, we naturally become more open and warm. One way to build this feeling of belonging is by using the word we. This is a very small word, but it has a very big impact. Instead of saying, "How is your project going?" you can say, "How are we feeling about the progress of our industry lately?" This tiny shift creates an instant sense of teamwork. It suggests that you and the person you are talking to are on the same side. You are not two strangers looking at each other from a distance. You are two people who are part of the same story. This is a very cozy way to start a professional connection. It removes the walls and replaces them with a bridge. As you are building these bridges, you might worry about what to say next. This is especially true if you are still working on your English fluency. I have a very special technique for you. It is called echoing. It is so simple that it almost feels like a secret code. When someone is speaking to you, all you have to do is repeat the last 2 or 3 words they said as a question. Let us imagine someone says, "I have had a very long and exhausting week." You do not have to think of a complex question about their schedule. You can simply say an exhausting week. This shows them that you are listening carefully. It encourages them to expand on their story. They might explain why the week was so hard. They might tell you about a big project or a personal challenge. You are not just hearing their words. You are feeling their meaning. Echoing is like a soft nudge that keeps the conversation moving forward, without you having to do any heavy lifting. It makes the other person feel understood and valued. For an English learner, this is a true superpower. It gives you time to listen and absorb the language while still being an active participant in the conversation. Now let us talk about the question we hear most often in professional settings. What do you do for a living? Most of us have a standard one-word answer. We say I am a teacher, or I am an engineer, or I am a student. But this is another dead end. It does not tell a story. I want you to create what I call a benefit statement. Instead of just giving your job title, tell a little story about how you help people. If you are a teacher, you could say, I help young children discover the magic of reading and stories. If you are an engineer, you could say, I help design systems that make city life more efficient and sustainable. This gives the other person a hook. It gives them something interesting to ask about. It turns a boring fact into a warm conversation. You are sharing the heart of your work rather than just the label. This makes you much more memorable. People will remember how you made them feel and the passion in your voice rather than just your job title. While the other person is talking, I want you to use another technique called parroting. This is similar to echoing but even simpler. It involves making small sounds of agreement or using short words to show you are still there with them. You can say things like I see, or that makes sense, or wow. These are like small verbal nods. In many cultures, staying completely silent while someone else speaks can feel a bit cold. These small sounds act like a heartbeat for the conversation. They keep the connection alive. They show that you are present and engaged. It is a very lo-fi way to build rapport. You do not need big words to show big interest. Your presence is the most important thing you can give. I want you to think about the people you admire in your professional life. They are usually the ones who make others feel important. They are the ones who listen well and remember the small details. You can be that person too. When you are talking to someone, try to remember one small detail they share. Maybe they mention they are learning to play the guitar, or that they have a new puppy. The next time you see them, ask about that specific thing. This shows a level of care that is very rare. It shows that you were not just waiting for your turn to speak. You were truly hearing them. This is how you build a professional bridge that lasts. It is not about how many business cards you can collect. It is about how many real connections you can grow. If you ever feel lost in a conversation, just remember to come back to the basics. Use your flooding smile. Keep your eyes sticky and focused on the person in front of you. Use your echoing technique to keep the flow going. You are not performing. You are just being a human being who cares about another human being. English is just the tool you are using to build that bridge. Do not let the fear of making a mistake stop you from reaching out. Every time you use these techniques, you are becoming more fluent and more confident. You are learning the music of human connection. Take a moment to imagine a world where everyone listened this way. Imagine how much more kind and supportive our workplaces would be. You have the power to start that change. You are becoming a mentor of communication in your own right. I am so proud of the way you are leaning into these new ideas. It takes courage to try something different. It takes a warm heart to want to connect with others so deeply. You are doing a beautiful job. As we end this part of our journey, I want you to take a deep breath. Feel the confidence growing inside of you. You have the tools to navigate any professional room with grace. You have the secret of echoing and the power of the word we. You know how to turn a job title into a beautiful story. You are ready to build bridges that will support you and others for a long time. In the next part, we will dive even deeper into the heart of empathy and how to truly step into someone else's world. We will learn how to make people feel like they are the only person in the room. But for now, just rest in the knowledge that you are enough. Your voice is important and your journey is unique. I believe in you and the wonderful connections you are about to make. Let us take a short break and I will see you soon for our next step together. Be kind to yourself and keep that warm smile ready. The world is waiting to hear what you have to say. Welcome back to our quiet space together. I am so glad you have stayed with me on this path. We have walked through the silent language of the body. We have learned how to be detectives in our conversations and how to build bridges in our work lives. But now we are reaching the heart of the matter. We are going to talk about the most powerful part of human connection. This is the part where we finally stop thinking about ourselves and truly step into the world of another person. I used to think that to be interesting I had to have the best stories or the funniest jokes. I thought I had to be the star of the show. But I was wrong. The real secret is that you do not need to be the star. You need to be the person who holds the spotlight. Imagine a dark theater. There is one bright light that follows the actor across the stage. That light is the focus of everyone in the room. In a conversation, that light is your attention. Most people are very busy trying to pull the light toward themselves. They want to talk about their day and their problems and their wins. But a master of connection does something different. They keep the spotlight on the other person for as long as possible. We call this the spotlight technique. It is a rare and beautiful superpower in our busy world. When you keep the light on someone else, they feel a sense of importance that they rarely find anywhere else. They feel seen and they feel valued. This can be difficult because we all have a natural habit. I call it the Me Too habit. When someone tells us something exciting or sad, we often want to jump in and say me too. If they say they just went to Italy, we want to say, oh, I went to Italy last year too. We think we are building a connection by sharing a similar experience. But what we are actually doing is stealing the spotlight. We are taking the light away from their story and putting it on our own. I want you to try something different. When someone tells you something about their life, do not say me too right away. Instead, ask a question that lets them stay in the light. Say something like, that sounds amazing, or what was your favorite part of that trip? Let them have their moment in the sun. You can share your story later, but for now let them feel like the most interesting person in the world. For those of you learning English, this is a wonderful relief. You do not have to worry about having a perfect story ready to go. You just need to have a few good questions. You can use phrases like tell me more or how did that make you feel? These are simple words, but they are very powerful. They act like fuel for the other person's story. It shows that you are not just waiting for your turn to speak. You are truly interested in their journey. This creates a safe space where true friendship begins to grow. People will walk away from a conversation with you feeling wonderful, and they might not even realize why. It is because you gave them the gift of your full and total attention. This leads us to something I call active empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. But active empathy is showing that understanding with your whole being. Use your face as a mirror. If someone is telling you a story about a difficult time, let your eyes show that you care. Let your face soften. If they are sharing a big win or a happy moment, let your face light up with genuine joy for them. You are reflecting their emotions back to them. This creates an instant and deep bond because people feel like you truly understand their current state of mind. You are not just hearing words, you are feeling their meaning. This is how you build a bridge that goes straight to the heart. Sometimes in a conversation there will be a moment of silence. Many people find this scary. They feel like they have to fill the silence with noise. But I want you to think of silence as a warm blanket. It gives both of you a moment to breathe and reflect. If you have been using your sticky eyes and your flooding smile, the silence will not feel awkward. It will feel comfortable. It shows that you are so at ease with the other person that you do not need to rush. You are just being present together. This is a very advanced skill, but you can practice it every day. When a pause happens, just take a breath and keep your warm gaze on the other person. Often they will think of something else to say, and they will share something even deeper because they feel your calm energy. I want to share a little secret about the words we use. I call it being a wordsmith. A smith is someone who works with metal to make something beautiful like a sword or a ring. A wordsmith is someone who chooses their words with care. In English, we have many words that mean the same thing. Instead of always saying that is good or that is nice, try to use words that have more color. You could say that is wonderful or that is fascinating or that is impressive. These small changes make your English sound more sophisticated and warm. It shows that you are putting effort into the conversation. It makes the other person feel like the topic is worthy of better words. It is like adding a little bit of seasoning to a meal. It makes everything taste better. I want you to think about a time when you felt truly heard. Maybe you were talking to a teacher or a grandparent or a very good friend. How did it feel in your body? You probably felt a sense of warmth in your chest. You probably felt relaxed and safe. That is the feeling you are giving to others when you use these techniques. You are not just talking to anyone. You are making everyone you meet feel like they are someone special. This is the true mystery of charisma. It is not about being the most impressive person. It is about making others feel impressive. As we move through our lives, we often forget how much power we have to lift others up. A simple conversation can change someone's entire day. Your English is a tool for kindness. Every time you use a benefit statement or an echo or the spotlight technique, you are putting a little bit of light into the world. You are becoming a mentor of connection. You are showing people that they matter. And the beautiful thing is that the more light you give to others, the more you will feel it in your own life too. I want you to take these ideas and let them sit in your heart. You do not have to use them all at once. Maybe tomorrow you just focus on keeping the spotlight on one person. Maybe the day after you practice being a wordsmith. You are growing every single day. I am so proud of the progress you are making. You are not just learning a language, you are learning how to be a more compassionate and connected human being. That is a very noble goal. In our final part, we will talk about how to handle the moments when things go wrong. We will look at how to recover from mistakes and how to leave a lasting impression that is full of grace and warmth. But for now, just remember that you have a rare superpower. You have the ability to listen with your whole heart. Take a deep breath and trust yourself. You are doing a beautiful job. I believe in you and the person you are becoming. Let us take a moment to rest and then we will finish our journey together. Your voice is a gift, and I am so happy you are sharing it with the world. Stay warm and stay curious. I will see you in the final part of our session very soon. We have reached the final part of our journey together. I am so glad you are still here in our cozy corner. We have traveled a long way since we first talked about the flooding smile and the mystery of silent charisma. You have learned how to be a detective of the soul and how to keep the spotlight on others. You have learned how to build bridges in your professional life using the simple power of your words and your attention. But there is one last thing we must talk about. We must talk about what happens when things do not go perfectly. We must talk about the grace of making mistakes and the art of leaving a lasting impression. I want to be honest with you. I have made many mistakes in social settings. I have felt the sting of a joke that did not land. I have felt the panic of completely forgetting a person's name right as I was about to introduce them. I have stumbled over my words and felt my face turn red with embarrassment. In those moments it is easy to want to run away and hide. But the secret to true confidence is not being perfect. The secret is knowing how to recover. Most people are very kind. They do not want you to feel bad. If you make a mistake, the best thing you can do is acknowledge it with a smile and keep moving forward. You can simply say, "I am so sorry, I have a bit of a brain fog today," or "My English is still a work in progress." When you are honest about your mistakes, it actually makes you more likable. It shows that you are human just like everyone else. It removes the pressure for everyone else to be perfect too. One of the most helpful tools for making others feel comfortable is what I call the never naked rule for introductions. Think about the last time someone introduced you to a stranger. They probably just said your name and then the other person's name. Then they walked away. It feels very cold and awkward. You are left standing there with a stranger and no bridge to cross. I want you to change that. When you introduce two people, never just give their names. Always add a small interesting detail about each person. This is the hook that helps them start their own conversation. You could say, "This is my friend Maria, and she is an incredible baker." "Maria, this is David, and he just started learning how to play the cello." Now Maria and David have something to talk about. You have given them a gift. You have made it easy for them to connect. You are being a social matchmaker. This is a very warm and supportive way to lead a group. It shows that you care about the comfort of the people around you. As you continue to practice your English, you might feel like you are not moving fast enough. I want you to remember that practice is much better than perfection. Every time you open your mouth to speak, you are growing. Every time you use an echo or a flooding smile, you are building a new habit. It is like planting a garden. You do not see the flowers the very first day. You have to water the seeds and be patient. Your English fluency is the same way. The more you use it to connect with others, the more natural it will become. Do not let the fear of a small grammar mistake stop you from sharing your heart. People will remember your warmth and your interest long after they forget which verb tense you used. I want to tell you a secret about the people you think are the most confident. They often feel just as nervous as you do. They have butterflies in their stomach too. The only difference is that they have learned to make those butterflies fly in formation. They use that nervous energy to focus more deeply on the person in front of them. They use these techniques we have discussed to create a sense of safety for themselves and others. When you focus on making the other person feel special, your own fear begins to melt away. You are no longer worried about how you look or how you sound. You are only worried about how the other person feels. This is the ultimate shift in perspective. It is the key that unlocks any door. I want you to imagine yourself a year from now. Imagine walking into a room and feeling that sense of calm and grace. You see someone you do not know, and you feel a sense of excitement rather than fear. You use your big baby pivot to face them. You wait for that heartbeat of a second before you let your flooding smile wash over your face. You listen for the free money in their stories. You keep the spotlight on them, and you watch as they start to glow under your attention. This is the person you are becoming. You are becoming a master of connection. You are becoming a person who leaves every room a little bit warmer than you found it. As we finish our session today, I want you to take a very deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs and feel the weight lift off your shoulders. You have all the tools you need. You have the heart and the mind to speak to anyone with grace. You are a student of the human soul, and that is a very beautiful thing to be. I am so proud of the work you have done here with me. I believe in your voice and I believe in your journey. Your English is a bridge and you are building it with every word you speak. Before you go, I want to leave you with a small challenge. It is something very simple that you can try today. Why don't you try the flooding smile on just one person you meet today? It could be the person who sells you coffee or a neighbor you see in the hallway. Just wait for 1 second and then let that warm smile spread across your face. Notice how they react. Notice how it makes you feel inside. Or perhaps you could try the echoing technique. The next time someone tells you about their day, just repeat their last few words as a question. See how much more they share with you. These are small steps, but they lead to big changes. How about you pick just one of these techniques to practice for the next week? Do not try to do everything at once. Just focus on one thing until it feels like a natural part of who you are. You are doing a wonderful job. I want you to remember that you are never alone on this journey. I am here cheering you on, and so are all the people who are waiting to meet the wonderful person you are. Trust yourself. Be kind to yourself. And keep your heart open to the stories of others. The world is full of interesting people, and now you know exactly how to talk to them. I look forward to hearing about your success. Until we meet again, stay warm, stay curious, and keep practicing. You are truly special and your voice deserves to be heard. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.